welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new episode of R&D with Kappa and WallE. I, of course, am your non-binary sign best friend on the internet, WallE. And, of course, with me is, as always, is the person who can pull off the perfect drift in Mario Kart without looking, Kappa Chris. How are you doing, Kappa?
I can also do it without having a Switch too. So
I realize a lot of the lies I make up about you are Nintendo related.
yeah. I mean, that's fine. Like Nintendo is a big part of, who I am and how I grew up. But yeah.
Because you also have your uncle works for Nintendo.
Oh yeah, because all of my uncles work at Nintendo. And I've become the uncle that works at Nintendo as well. So,
I feel like that's your final form, is that you are like the uncle who works somewhere. I feel like that is like
the uncle that works somewhere.
Yeah, the uncle that works somewhere. Like where does oh yeah, I have an uncle who works for Shueisha. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Kappa. Yeah. If you're listening to this and you're like, I just need to come up with a lie, you can throw me in there. I'll back you up. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, yeah, totally. But no,
it's early. It's early, WallE.
It is so early today. This is, I would say, when we're recording this one, this is the equivalent of a morning show.
This is a morning radio show.
This is a morning radio show. This is what we've strived to achieve one day, of morning zoo kind of related stuff. We've had our caffeine, we've had our protein. But we're missing
We have our guest now.
Yeah, exactly. We have our guest. I was gonna lead into that. Today we have a special guest with us. We have our buddy Chris. Chris, how are you doing today?
Hello, everybody. I'm doing all right. It is quite the morning, so a little eepy, but I'm doing all right. Thanks for having me.
How how eepy would you say is early morning? Is it because there's mega eepy where it's like, I just woke up, I cannot talk, or is there like little eepy of like, if I close my eyes, I'm probably gonna fall back asleep?
You know what? I generally don't love waking up in like single digit hours. So I had to do that today and basically roll out of bed into this. So I'm all right. I'm awake, but if I close my eyes for a couple seconds, I could probably fall asleep.
We super appreciate you being here with us. We wanted to bring you on because we've hung out at conventions. We follow each other on socials, and I think boiled down to its essence, what you put out is exactly what R&D is all about. We have nerd culture and making nerd culture really, really fucking cool. When I think of you, Chris, and when I think of your presence, I'm like, oh man, that dude's fucking cool. And so we really need to like up
cool?
the cool.
Yes.
So I'm cool.
You are cool. You are very cool. You are so cool. When we
tell that to the bullies in high school, jeez.
There you see. That's what we try to do with this show, is trying to like point out to the boys in high school, like, look, this is what you missed out on. Exactly.
Yeah, you were wrong.
But why don't you describe exactly? Because we can talk about how cool your stuff is easily, but why don't you describe to us exactly what started you on this path of integrating nerd and geek stuff into being just really cool into this modern pop culture era that we're in? That's what it is.
Oh gosh. I mean, how far back do you want me to go?
Oh man. Okay. How about this? Let's do when we first met. You were very Yu-Gi-Oh focused.
Yeah.
To me, like there was a lot of like you were wearing Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh yeah, I guess I was. Yeah. So, I mean, should I maybe talk about what I do first before I get into where it all came from? Because there is like honestly too much.
Okay.
It needs to be shaped down. Truly, my life is just too full of things. But yeah,
what do you do? And
how to get there?
Yeah, how did you get here to this point?
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, there's a lot of stuff, but I guess the stuff I'm most known for online, I suppose, is being the co-founder of PinkCity.ca. PinkCity.ca is an anime gaming streetwear brand from Toronto, Canada, that myself and my brother have been doing for over 10 years now. We did a lot of streetwear stuff back the day, and now we're doing a lot of events. So after parties, pop-up markets, activations and stuff, mostly in the Toronto area. But we've been doing that, yeah, for 10 years, and that's kind of where the whole integration of nerd culture into the reality of cool started. But you know, since then, many other projects have been added to my belt, I guess. One of which is Super Journey Dudes, which I guess is probably where I met you guys in the TTRPG realm. Super Journey Dudes is a comedy tabletop RPG podcast that I have with my friends. We're mostly known for Blink Space Blues, which is the world's highest production Lancer show, award winning now, which has
Heck
been
yeah, I saw
it
that.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
congrats.
yes, congratulations.
Thank you. We've got I've just been way too busy, but we've got the final 6 episodes needing to be edited and released sometime soon. But we're also right now working on an upcoming show that has now been, you know, announced and talked about, Wizards of Wooburg, which is which is combining tabletop RPGs with Magic the Gathering. It's basically
it is
Commander.
A feat.
But yes,
Mhm.
I just, this is how Magic should be played, and I think it always should have been played this way. But for whatever reason, it hasn't
it's
been a thing yet.
People have tried and failed because they didn't have the vision. They didn't have the vision.
Yeah.
Right? And this is something that I fully trust with you. But in the outset of Magic, right, the fantasy of playing the card game was that you were a spellcaster and your deck was your repertoire of spells. Is that what this is looking at? Like, is this
that was the inspo?
Okay.
It's like, that's the lore of Magic, right? Yet people just play, you know, they're just playing cards. But like, why not create a show where each player is role playing a planeswalker? And you know how political Commander can get and how social it is, right? So I think playing with those elements, having character motivation, story, reasons for things happening, could play into those politics. You know, who do I attack? Why do I attack them? Things like that, and also just have a vessel to tell a cool story, but you know, also have cool Commander EDH gameplay.
Yeah, you can never go wrong with that. I feel like when it comes to that, like, when it comes to like telling a good Commander story and telling a good TTRPG story, they're kind of going hand in hand, because you want to have people engaged not only with the story but also at the Commander game, because you're sitting here going, okay, the character themselves is being backed into the corner, but also the player is backed into the corner. How are they going to get out of this?
I just feel like the melding of the two just makes so much sense that I'm excited to work on this. We did a event at MagicCon Las Vegas recently, where I guess Wizards was like, hey, that's a cool idea, try it out. And people loved it. People had a blast. People actually doing Commander in that format where they were role playing, like they loved getting to role play in that way. So excited for this to hopefully be more of a thing in the future. Funny enough, it all started with a Misty Mountain gaming ad. That was the genesis of this, because they asked us to do an ad for Clash for Cash, if you guys remember that. It was a large tournament that they were doing, insane cash prizing. And they want us to help them with an ad for it. And we were like, oh, like what can we do with this? And we did like a Magic the Gathering, like I don't know if you saw the little skit. It was basically a skit where we were like wizards being like, oh, this poor wizard's using proxies, and like, but like I use real spells. Where did I get the money? Clash for Cash. And that was such a fun little skit that we did, and like we were like, there's something there of these little funny wizards casting spells like as if they were planeswalkers, right? That we were like, there's a show concept. And so we worked on it, we brewed it, we thought about it for a little bit, and now it's happening. So
Now hold on. I am not gonna sit here and let you like dunk on proxies on this show.
Mm.
Okay.
No, no, no,
Oh, I
no,
love
Okay.
no, no,
proxies.
Are
no,
we
Don't
no.
get me
dunking on
wrong.
proxies here? Because listen, like proxies keep me going.
Yes.
Proxies put food in the cat bowl. Okay, so
we
Oh, no hate
we
for
love
proxies.
proxies. No hate.
Yes,
No,
absolutely.
it's the skit. The skit. There was a wizard in the skit.
Yes.
Hating on proxies. We love proxies. Okay, proxy your
Yeah.
cards, y'all.
Yeah.
Just do it.
No, magic should not be pay to win. I've always believed this.
oh
So,
yes.
$50 land,
Oh god. That
like
is
something
that is
necessary to
insane.
a deck to function.
It's kind of like when I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh, and I think that was the big thing that kind of pushed me away from Yu-Gi-Oh is when I
Mm.
made a deck, and I still have this deck untouched to this day. It's a 6 samurai deck. I
Ooh.
Yeah, see there you go. You know what I'm about to say next. I paid it was original
No,
6 samurai before like I think it has
you paid.
yeah, I paid for a full 6 samurai deck. I think I paid like about in total $135 in total for this deck to be built. And it's a
Ooh.
good deck. It's a good deck. But then 2 weeks later, bans hit, and I sat there. 15% of the deck went right out the window, and
Ugh.
it's a very frustrating feeling
I
playing
hate that.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, yeah,
Ouch. Ouch. Well, oh my god. I can't wait. I would love to throw this all over socials and help out best we can. And
oh, definitely.
we know it's no lie. It's no secret. We fucking love Magic the
We
Gathering
love
here.
Magic
I'm
so
pretty
much.
sure
Mm-hmm.
anyone listening has either is super mega into it. Almost all of our guests that we brought on are into
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
EDH or Commander or just Magic as a whole. So I mean, you got our support here.
Oh
This
yes,
is gonna be really
totally.
cool. And all that is under Super Journey Dudes, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Super Journey Dudes.
By the way, just reminding everyone listening, you can find all these links in the description.
Now, you are a big promoter of streetwear. I love streetwear so much. What was the idea to start combining anime and streetwear together?
Yeah, I guess we can kind of talk about where this all came from. So
Yeah.
10, well, I guess 11 years ago now, in 2014, um, Pink City kind of started as just an idea between me and my brother based on like funny enough, we ordered something online. It was clothing actually. That we got in the mail, and then we got it and we were like, eh, this this is this wasn't as advertised. This isn't like great quality. Like it took a while to ship. Just a bunch of like bad experiences stacked up on each other, and we were
That
just
was
kind of like,
that was like early stages of like fast
Yeah.
fashion now, right?
I guess 2014. I mean, it was the start of like like Facebook ads where
Yeah,
you would
that's what I
see
Oh
like
yeah.
cool things on
Mhm.
Facebook ads and you'd order them and it was actually like a scam. It was
Yeah.
around that time. And we realized, yeah, like this cool thing that we ordered online like wasn't all that and it didn't even look like the photos. Yeah, we just kind of looked at each other and we were like, honestly, like we could do a better job at this. And then funny enough, our dad was in the room who's been a serial entrepreneur our whole life. Like he's always had his little side projects and
Mm.
such. He just like offhand comment was like, yeah, you think you could do better? Like, why don't you try?
You said you do what you won't.
And we were like, hey, yo, okay. Is this something we could do? So this was like, I think February of 2014. And so for the next couple of months, so really, truly no time at all, because we launched in July of that year. So
Whoa,
only like a couple
okay.
of,
That's
only
a
a couple of
fast
months.
turnaround time. Okay.
Yes, neither of us having a background in fashion. I have a film background. My brother is a naturopathic doctor. We just did our research. We're like, this is something that we could do. And we launched it. We YOLO'd it. We were like, hey, if we make mistakes, we'll learn on the way. And 11 years later, here we are. We combined our interests. Well, actually, at first it was just kind of streetwear, but then a year in, we were like, why don't we start combining things we were actually interested in into the actual design elements, which is like anime, gaming, streetwear stuff.
I'm
And
so
that's
curious. What was like the first set of products that you put out?
Yeah.
It was just kind of basic streetwear stuff, mostly kind of inspired by our Asian heritage, actually, funny enough. There were a lot of Asian elements and Chinese elements that inspired the designs. There was one there's one design that was kind of nerdy, which I think was because it was such a hit in that first drop. We were like, huh, maybe we should lean more into this. It was like our Dr. Manhattan like long sleeve
Okay.
that people really liked, and I loved wearing it. I still love to wear it to this day. As Watchman is, as you can see by my
Oh
arm,
yeah, yeah,
Oh
one
yeah.
of
yeah,
my
I see it.
favorite
Yep.
one of my favorite things. Oh my god,
We're seeing a
I didn't realize
tattoo.
my
Oh wow, I just
webcam is
realized you are
tracking
tracking
me.
you.
It does.
I
Yeah.
thought I turned off this, but I guess it's
I was like,
happening.
"Ooh, that's cool."
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Okay, I guess that's happening. I need to make sure if my settings have reset, I can't do. I don't want to do it accidentally. I can't do the gesture of like, when you do a finger gesture of something that's small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
If I
I
do
want to
that,
see it. I
I
want
know.
to.
See,
I
now
want
no,
you're
to.
no,
saying
no.
it.
It's gonna be a headache to undo it.
Oh,
But
okay.
if I do it in front of the camera, it's gonna zoom in on me for
Oh
whatever reason. Because it's
no.
gonna think I'm doing like like the zoom when you do the
Yeah.
zoom gesture
Yeah.
on a
Yeah.
phone, like
Yeah.
that pinching
Yeah.
gesture.
The
If I just
this.
show my finger, yeah, if I cannot do that in front of the camera because if I do that by accident, it's gonna
It's just
zoom
gonna
in
zoom in.
right on my face. I know it's gonna do it. It's happened before when I've been doing an interview, like a job interview.
Oh
Oh no.
no.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, don't mind it being just my face right now. So yeah, technology, everybody.
Hey, we
It's
love
a
it.
good webcam, but I don't like all these
These
extra
extra
settings.
features.
Extra
Yeah.
feeding. Yeah. Um.
Yeah.
So when it comes to streetwear, I noticed that I feel like when I started noticing what you did, like the big like combination of anime and streetwear started to like explode. So in my mind, I always put you as that like
Oh.
that gateway of when I first saw like like streetwear design mixed
Hmm.
with like anime fashion. And I
Yeah.
kind of like then after that point, I saw it kind of trickle down from there. But is there anyone that you personally kind of like look up to when it comes to you for your inspirations for anime streetwear?
Well, funny you say that because when we first started doing this, like, over a decade ago, I don't think there was much of that in like the fashion space or even the nerd space. Like you'd look at, you'd see logos or like
Mhm.
characters on
Yeah.
Yeah.
t-shirts and that was about the most you'd get out of like a geek fashion, quote unquote
Yeah.
fashion, if you could even call it that.
You'd get
Mhm.
people who would just wear their cosplay
Yeah.
Akatsuki cloak and wear that
Yeah,
to
so
school or
there
something.
wasn't too much. And I think once, I
There's a
don't
lot
want
of
to say like we
accessories.
started it, but around
Yeah.
the time, 2014, there were some streetwear brands or like, people were getting a little more creative
Mhm.
with it.
I
But I would say once we started doing the varsity jackets with like the nerdy gaming varsity jackets, now we got Hot Topic selling
Yeah.
nerdy varsity jackets, and I feel like that was definitely a trend that we started. We were really heavy on like the reversible jackets, like our cool
Mm,
raincoats and stuff.
Mhm.
We didn't start seeing those till a couple years after we started doing it, but I wouldn't say we started, anime gaming streetwear,
Oh
but
no, no,
we
far
were
from
definitely
yeah.
early influences for that.
yeah, definitely is. We see this happen in like nature and other industries and other things, but a lot of people have a very similar idea at the same time separately. And
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
think just this boom started to happen around when you started to do it. And so yeah, like WallE said, is very much for a lot of people, you might have been the first time anyone ever saw a
Hmm.
a varsity jacket out of their favorite anime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I think it's kind of like a testament to what you do is that you make anime fashion totally accessible to people who don't really know a lot about anime fashion. Like to me, like it goes
Anime or fashion.
anime or fashion, right? Yeah. But it to me it's kind of like I'm gonna put you up there. Like it goes between you and Uniqlo are kind of like the two
Mm.
people I look to seeing like, yeah, these are people who are bringing like anime fashion to the world in a way that you can just throw something on and represent your favorite anime in a very easy, fun way to represent it while also looking fashionable.
for
Yeah,
for but
we've always tried to make it also not so on the nose,
Mhm.
like the logos on t-shirts and stuff, or the character on t-shirts, like our things are always references, right? It was one of those, if you know, you know, like you'd see it like an element on the jacket and you'd
I
be like,
like that
is
so much
that
I
better.
love that. I
is
love
that
that.
Hunter or something?
Yeah.
Not like direct. I mean, sometimes there were more direct references. Like obviously, it's hard to ignore a big R on a shirt and not know that's Team Rocket, right? But um, uh, we always tried to stay away from being so directly referencing something. Like
I
that's why we avoided
imagine
logos primarily, and like actual like characters for the most part. But like uh, elements that would remind you of something, but still maintain that streetwear style.
I imagine that kind of helps with like legal stuff too. I don't know, like
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
this
Yeah.
realm, but like just from intuition, I feel like if you were to throw on, I don't know, like a logo, like I don't know, the Naruto Shippuden just title somewhere, someone somewhere is gonna be like, no, that's
yeah.
not official like
They'll
licensed.
be on you instantly. Yeah, yeah. It was also kind of our way of like just being a little vague
Yeah,
with it, because
but
yeah, like
but
we're
no,
doing it for fun, right?
I super appreciate the subtle nods because uh
I call
again,
it secret
like
cosplay. I call that secret cosplay.
yeah, secret cosplay.
Yeah,
Back to
yeah.
the kid wearing the Akatsuki cloak. You know, it's like, oh, that person looks supremely out of place. You know, but if you were to just incorporate like a red cloud onto something, um, that person can still exist in a space without drawing so much attention. But for them, it's a small joy, and for people that recognize that, it's like, oh, cool, like little nod to you,
Hmm.
little small
Mhm.
connection there helps us find each other, helps us build that sort of many instances of community.
Yeah, and it's also a conversation starter. And we've always wanted our clothing to be conversation starters, and quote unquote what we would call head turners, things that would, like, when you're out in public, it would turn people's heads, and they'd be like, "Oh, that looks cool," or "What is that?" Or like, for people who do get the reference, it's like, "Hey, is
Mm-hmm.
that
Mhm.
a so and so anime thing?" And then that start a conversation. We actually have a. I'm not wearing one right now, but like on our clothes, there's actually a hidden label on the inside
Oh,
of
Ooh.
our clothing that says like, "Please give yourself 10 extra minutes when going places, because this article of clothing will make people stop you and talk to you about it."
I
that's
like
awesome.
that.
It's a
I
cute
like
little thing that
that.
we added.
I
Yeah,
That's
like that a
a
lot.
neat little Easter egg
yeah,
in your clothing. Oh,
I
that's
like
really
that a
cool.
lot,
Yeah.
which is very true.
yeah.
You wear
It
a good
is.
article of clothing, it will draw heads. Like
Yeah.
I have worn a good like jacket, and some people would go like, "Hey, how much you want to sell me that jacket for?" I'm like, "No, thank you."
Yeah, I've had that
and
offer. Buy it off my back.
and it's man, and it especially at like conventions and
Oh yeah.
stuff, you know,
Hmm.
everyone is like repping their favorite thing, especially, you know, if you're everyone's, you know, like I'm this kind of nerd, like trying to identify themselves, and then if you're just trying to get across the con hall or like trying to get back to your hotel, people are gonna stop you and be like, where'd you get that, what booth did you get that at, or something, and you got to factor in those extra 10-15 minutes just
It
for
is a
that.
double-edged sword, because at cons and stuff, for like visibility and networking purposes, I do always wear like my stuff, and like
Yeah,
I think I met
Mhm.
you wearing the card vest with the Yu-Gi-Oh
yeah,
Yeah.
cards in it. It's like, I know it's gonna take me a long time getting places, and I know I'm gonna always get stopped to talk to, but it is a chance for me to plug my stuff and represent my brand, right?
That's the funny thing,
Uh,
because like I have definitely seen you at cons so many times before
yeah,
without even
probably.
without even knowing you
Yeah,
directly,
yeah,
which is hilarious of how we met in general because
yeah,
well, yeah,
yeah.
talk about that, yeah.
so I met Chris in a mutual Discord channel of playing Magic, and we would play Magic constantly over Discord via spell table all the time. We played many matches against each other until one day we played at Big Bad. It was me and Kappa. You walked over to the table and said, "Hey, can I hop in this pot?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure." We had an amazing match.
Oh,
That
that
match
was,
was just
to this day in my mind, that's one of the craziest games of Magic I've ever played. That was so sick.
it was a very fun game of Magic. But it was a memorable Kappa with his huge hand draw and you just sitting there blinking everything in and out, and me trying to steal cards that I can't steal. So it was a great match.
Well, the way I stole all those +1/+1 counters off you, Kappa. Like, I thought I was out of the game, and then Drac refilled my graveyard by exiling them all and then making them into Daleks, then bringing all. So I played Chilgengar, bringing all my angels back into my graveyard so I could have something again. Then getting Thief of Blood to suck up all of your +1/+1 counters, and then giving it haste. Oh my goodness!
What a play! What a fun. You know what? I would love to see that sort of like on a narrative scale. You know,
that's what I mean.
If only there was a format for that.
There's just so much room for like epic moments and amazing things like that, and like in a narrative sense, like it could just be so like dope.
Like my rule of thumb when it comes to playing Magic is treat every Commander game like a pro wrestling match. Like, you can go into it. You want to win.
You have a heal. You have a phase.
You want to tell the story while you're playing it, because you could have a card removal sitting in your hand at the beginning of the game, but then use it when it's the right time, you know. But how we met, and then after we had that amazing match, we're hanging out at the POC Vibe Room. You come up to me and you're like, "Hey, wait a minute, are you WallE?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am." It's like, we've played games of Magic against each other tons of times. And I sat there staring at you for a while. I was like, "Chris?" And then everything clicked.
And it's silly because I'm pretty sure people were like saying like WallE and it just didn't click because your username, it's Wall with and then the E. So like it just didn't. I didn't connect the two as the same thing the whole time, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is a guy named WallE," but not the WallE.
Not WallE 132. Your best friends live on the internet.
So but I love meeting people that way.
I do. I really do enjoy meeting people that way, because I don't know, it feels more genuine when you meet people in that like little like chill moment of life. You know, they're not putting up the whole like, I'm famous YouTuber kind of thing, you know? It's a good feeling.
When you meet people in a third place, in a third space. It's so good.
It's a very good feeling. Oh boy. There's something I want to ask you, because this is like kind of like a topic that I kind of dance around in my head a bunch of times. It's kind of Magic related, but it's also mainly Yu-Gi-Oh related.
Okay.
I want to ask you this. Various Yu-Gi-Oh main characters go across the shows, but what kind of decks in Magic would they play? Is my question.
I like this mini game.
This is my question.
Would Yu-Gi-Oh characters play?
What Yu-Gi-Oh characters, what kind of decks would they play? So figure, say I name a character and you say they would play a Boros, they would play Orzhov or something like that. So I'm gonna start with first protagonist, Yugi Moto. Now we can either do Yugi Moto or Pharaoh, or we can just say in general what Pharaoh's deck would be. Or Atem, What would Atem's deck be? Because I think it would be a Burrow Flash equipment deck. Things that make you supports one monster, one supports one creature, equipment in and out, just do what it needs to be done to keep one thing on the field alive until it deals big damage. That's what I think it would be.
I could agree with that. That makes sense. I think that'd be more like Pharaoh, like a Tem type of deck. I think Yugi is like Bumbleflower group hug. Friendship.
I think so he definitely like is all about the friendship, but I think if we were talking about his deck in the show, he's definitely a miracle player. He plays off the top of his library much, and so like the magic mechanic miracle, where if it's the first card you draw in a turn, you can play it basically for peanuts. And
here's the thing with that. Here's the problem with that. Those miracle cards, that's what was that Duskmourn that came out?
Yes, that was Duskmourn.
Wait,
Innistrad, yes,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, no, not Innistrad. Avacyn Awakened or Avacyn Restored. It's the Innistrad end of the Innistrad block.
Okay, so the problem with that is that's too new. Thing about Yugi is that all of his cards would be from his grandpa.
That's
so they'd be from
Boomer Magic.
Oh yeah, he plays something.
It would be like
Yugi plays
from the 90s. Yeah.
Like Kamigawa at the latest. Like that's
Yeah.
oh okay.
It's
He's a
funny.
Mercadian master.
He'd have a couple in there, I think, that are newer.
I think
but...
the newest mechanic he probably have in that deck is Scry.
Shut up.
Yeah, haste. That's the newest mechanic in this deck.
Oh, okay, let's move to an antagonist, Seto Kaiba. What kind of deck is that? I am saying right off the bat, he definitely plays an aristocrat. He plays an aristocrat deck.
Okay, I can see that. I would actually think like green stompy, like big creatures, fat, like the biggest creatures possible, ramping up to get his big, like, you know, multi-headed dragons.
Yeah, I was thinking like asshole dragon or asshole Tiamat.
Oh,
yeah. He'd go dragons for sure.
Yeah. I could see him pretty much doing something like something big stompy, but sack creatures to bring up big stompies.
And you know that deck has all the fucking special treatment.
You know
it's so expensive. He's gonna be like, oh yeah, this card here is it's a placeholder for my actual card, which is PSA 10 graded, $6,000.
No, his whole deck is top loader, like the PSA graded top loaders.
It's 3 feet long.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's huge.
You have a proxy Black Lotus. That is impressive.
Yeah. Here's my real Black Lotus signed by Posty.
Yeah.
He definitely gets on you for playing proxies though.
Oh yeah, he'd rip you apart.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? He'd call wizards. Like, ban this person.
That gives me to the next one. Joey 100% has a full proxy deck.
Oh yeah, Joey's all proxies. Are you kidding me?
Joey runs nothing but proxies in his deck.
He proxies lands.
Basically.
I see
he's playing with your standard bicycle deck of cards with the name written on it.
He 100% has a few couple cards that are not just proxies. It's just like a white piece of paper he slid into the deck sleeve.
That's so good.
I feel like Joey would also be playing a full, like, all 5 color deck. Like, he's just kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, he's got Red Eyes Black Dragon, and then he has Jinzo. Or I guess he took Jinzo in Battle City, but you know, he's a little all over the place. Yeah. And then there's Time Wizard randomly. Like,
that always made me think something about like Joey in general as a character in Yu-Gi-Oh. Hear me out. I feel like Joey would have been a better main character as a main character to tell the story around.
Okay.
Like,
he is like most like he's like the most like shonen.
Here's your more prototypical shonen character than Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, because like I like the character Yugi, I like the character Atem. They're cool characters, but after Yu-Gi-Oh! Zero, which was, you know, like that horror element like story arc,
so good.
It was
Season
great.
0.
Yeah. After season 0 was over, it really feels like Yugi is kind of not like the main character, but Joey is kind of more of the underdog main character, where Yugi is just like, I come in to like change the tide of the story.
Let's get this straight. Yugi is only interesting because of the mystery of the Millennium Puzzle.
Yes. Yes, like anytime like millennial objects get involved in the story, that's when Yugi becomes interesting. I'm talking about the character himself.
About anything other than the mystery of the Millennium Puzzle, I'm like, move on, go beat this guy in this duel and show me what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
He
just cares about his friends, which is not super interesting. But Joey has to provide money for his sister's surgery.
His sister's surgery? I gotta provide money for my sister's surgery, or she's gonna be blind forever.
He's got stakes. Like, whatever, your grandma's trapped in a TV, so what? He's still alive.
That arc ended like long time ago. Let's be honest. Yugi's story technically ended after Duelist Island. After that, nothing else really matters about Yugi.
I stopped watching after Battle City. I'm that person.
No, Battle City was
I'm like me. Like 90% of people that watch Yu-Gi-Oh during their formative years stopped watching after Battle City, and I'm definitely
Battle City was like the sickest concept though. Just a city that you could just duel people in the street, take their heir's card.
So I'm going to present this. Battle City, the concept of it was really really fucking cool. We have a format like that in Magic the Gathering, and it's not Commander.
Oh.
Have you heard of Oathbreaker?
Oh yeah,
I've heard of it. I don't know too much about it.
So imagine Commander, singleton format, but instead of 100 cards, it's 60 cards, and instead of Commander, you have a Planeswalker and a signature spell.
Oh.
When you consider that sort of that just those couple of changes, it plays more like the Yu-Gi-Oh anime than the Yu-Gi-Oh card game.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah, because you've got your like one guy with your signature spell. Yeah,
you're like I fucking play Dark Magician, and then he does his fucking whatever
Dark magic attack.
Yeah, his spell. And everyone is doing that. I kind of want to try starting Oathbreaker.
That's sick.
Yeah,
Oathbreaker pods at the next con.
Ooh, yeah.
Just to try it out and promote it as like, this is what people envision the Yu-Gi-Oh anime to play like in real life.
And we've talked about this a bunch of times, Kappa, is that Commander to me always felt like that nice little bridge between Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic. Is kind of like single card format. I'm here for that. You know, a format where I gotta focus all the things on one creature or spread out my power. I'm here for that. Like I can easily do OTK. I'm here for that. It's very Yu-Gi-Oh and Commander kind of hold hand, but the way you describe that makes it more of a storytelling element. I can see myself latching onto that hard.
And then if you lose, you give up your Jinzo Planeswalker.
Okay, now you're just
this blonde punk from Brooklyn.
Now you're just taking it to whole other levels that are going to start fights at conventions.
But if that's the convention, then
if you're at the convention and you play this, you have to give up your card. You have to sign. That's how you get your ticket.
That's why everyone just proxies their commander or their Oathbreaker.
But I definitely want to try that. I would love to try Oathbreaker. There are a lot of formats I want to try. Like someone brought to my attention Pendragon. That sounds like very fun.
Yeah.
So the signature spells it's like also in the commands and they could also cast at any time. Is that?
Yeah. And it's everything else is very basically cool. Like you still have tax on your commander, your Oathbreaker, tax on your signature spell.
Any spell?
What's up?
Spell.
Can it be any spell?
It's any spell within the color identity of your Oathbreaker.
Oh my gosh. Just a counter spell anytime you want it. Boom, boom, boom.
Wait, is there a tax for every
that's
time?
How you get like punched in real life though. Like
no, that's how fights happen.
There is a tax. So like your double blue counter spell will cost 4 double blue.
Gotcha.
After you every time you cast 2 double blue after your first cast, and then 4 double blue, 6 double blue.
I will say this on the subject of fights, I have yet to see any fist fights at a commander pod.
Yeah,
me too. Any fist fights at a commander pod, and that is something from someone who was at a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, which was kind of a regular. There would be aggressive.
Oh, dude. Yu-Gi-Oh players are like, I mean, no hate to Yu-Gi-Oh players or Yu-Gi-Oh. I love Yu-Gi-Oh, but like, for whatever reason, the Yu-Gi-Oh community has like the most drama, the most like canceled people for doing like whack stuff, like so many bans, like the stinkiest players. Like something about Yu-Gi-Oh brings some very interesting people, and I don't know why and what is causing it.
I also, from someone who doesn't play Yu-Gi-Oh, it is the scariest TCG to get into if you're going to play. Not just from the game, but from the environment and the community involved. You can definitely find pockets of great people and great and stuff, but oh man, like you walk into a tournament and you're like, I am immediately on defense in real life.
I think it's because, I mean, my theory is that it brings these kind of people in because it is like, and I use this term very liberally, but like it's the sweatiest game in the way that like Magic, a lot like most people play Commander. It's pretty casual. Like even
Yes.
like in a competitive sense, it's just not as sweaty as Yu-Gi-Oh. Like Yu-Gi-Oh, like you're trying to negate and counter everything that your opponent is doing. If you don't, you basically lost by turn 2, right? Like
Yes.
it's such a sweaty game.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
other word to use that I think it brings in an attitude and a headspace that can result in interesting behavior, I
Yeah.
guess.
So when it comes to like TCG, now I'm talking about like Yu-Gi-Oh in general, but also other TCG spaces. I'm talking about like Bamco TCG games. I'm talking about like the other spaces outside of Magic. Do you
So
feel,
Digimon, One
yeah,
Piece, Lord of the
Mhm.
Digimon,
Rings.
One Piece, a Dragon Ball Super, Yu-Gi-Oh, do you feel that communities like that can benefit from having more a structured community board for them to help plan out events, to help maybe limit aggression at these meetups?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I so another thing amongst the many things that I do, I am a tournament organizer
Mm.
also in Toronto for TCGs. Um, I think generally most TCGs do have like similar like community standards and the way things operate. I think it's just with Yu-Gi-Oh, it's just the vibe that
Mm.
it brings that makes things different. I think.
I have so I have I've been watching this for a long time. You know, competitive TCGs and versus casual TCGs. The difference between uh, Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic the Gathering is very there's a lot of commonality, but when you're specifically talking about Commander as a casual format, that wasn't super supported by Wizards until 10 years ago, maybe 12 years ago. Before that, everything with Commander was all grassroots organized, that like they had a whole Commander advisory board that you can find resources online to help facilitate casual play, good sort of behavior at tables. From my understanding, Yu-Gi-Oh didn't develop that until very, very recently with what's that format that is that there's a format that's like pre this
Oh,
set of
Oh, Goat
Yu-Gi-Oh.
format.
Go yeah,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
goat
Goat
format.
format.
Yeah. And there wasn't this sort of this organized a community a group organization that sort of promoted healthy patterns of play.
Mm.
Mm.
Konami was just like, hey, here's all these cards, like fuck,
Yeah.
like preventing power creep. Um, we're just selling you the cards, and you can do whatever you want with them at tournaments and whatnot. And so that will ultimately lead to very, very, like you said, very competitive. Do anything you can to win. Very sweaty
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
attitudes when you go to a table. Not to say that that doesn't exist in other TCGs. You see
Yeah.
that
Oh,
Oh
in
yeah.
no,
Magic.
yeah,
You
yeah,
see
no,
that in
Absolutely.
Magic the
Yeah.
Gathering.
yeah.
Yeah.
But specifically when you compare that with the most popular um, format, the way people enjoy Magic the Gathering, Commander, there was this sort of intentional push for healthy play. You get sort
Yeah.
of you
And
get that kind
community.
of
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you get, like you said, the turn 1, turn 0, turn 2 wins out of Yu-Gi-Oh. You get that out of CEDH, which
Mhm.
Yeah.
is
Yes.
competitive Commander.
Mm-hmm.
But it was born out of the already established healthy play styles of the
Mm-hmm.
Commander Advisory
Mhm.
Board.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you
Whereas
who are
that's just the
interested,
baseline for
yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Like it's like
yeah,
if you're not winning by turn 2, you've lost. Like
And it also doesn't help that Yu-Gi-Oh is a game where you constantly have to be locked in. It's
yes.
you have to be very aware of everything that
Yes. You miss
happens.
one thing, it's
Yes,
over.
yeah. And I feel like that is when you bring up CEDH, that is what CDH is.
Yeah.
It is you have to be aware of what everything is happening
Yeah.
going on at the table.
Which is why I use the term sweaty. Like I have nothing against the game, and
Oh
I
no,
love
yeah.
I love Yu-Gi-Oh so much,
yeah,
and the people involved. It's just like as a game, it is so again, the only word I can use is sweaty because yeah, you have to be locked in. You have to like do your combo in the exact way it needs to be done. If one part of it gets negated, you got to figure it out because if you don't have like a proper board by the end of your
Mhm.
turn, and you're not set up to win, you've lost already.
Let's not deny that sometimes games are really fun when they get sweaty. I'm talking about games in general.
I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Like because it's so like the gameplay is so dope. Like
it is this like level of thought, level of anticipation. Like you understand not only your deck but your opponent's deck, and that is a really, really cool to me like way to be skilled at something. You know, not only are you working with your like 60 cards, it's 60 cards in Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
It's
or is it 40?
40,
I think. So
minimum.
40 cards in your deck, but also 40 cards in your opponent's deck. Like that's 80 things to keep track of and how they interact with each other, and to be able to spider web your game plan in a tournament setting is just, that is beyond me, and I think that is really, really impressive.
I mean, that's how I treat Monster Hunter. I get sweaty. Monster Hunter is my sweaty game. Like there are no other games I get sweaty over than Monster Hunter. Like any other game, no, I don't care much about. Oh, Monster Hunter, I will be very sweaty over Monster Hunter.
That's how I was like with Melee and other fighting games.
Oh yeah, fighting games definitely.
Fighting games, you're 100% allowed to get sweaty over. I feel like it is a requirement to get sweaty over fighting games.
Yeah. Definitely.
Dragon
Ball Fighters was a big and Mortal Kombat, those were big sweaty. And Smash 4, I think, big sweaty games for me.
Smash is peak sweaty game. Smash is such peak sweating game.
Even though it's such a simple game.
It is such peak sweating game.
I come from that community, and I'm just like, oh man, that community is also very, very stinky. It's like the Yu-Gi-Oh of fighting games, in my opinion.
It is.
Oh my gosh, like I have been to like Smash meetups at Big Apple Comic-Con back in the day, and let me tell you, it was rough just going into that space at times, because I mean you get hit with the sweatiness, and it hits you hard. It hits you very hard, that sweaty.
So switching gears a little bit, switching tracks, I wanted to ask you, Chris, what is, what are you consuming right now? Like if you're reading something, watching something, listening to stuff, new music, new shows, what's activating you right now? What's scratching that itch?
There's so much in my backlog of like things I need to watch, things I need to read, things I need to listen to, consume. I just simply like don't have time these days. I have too many hobbies. Like since being a tournament organizer in Toronto, like I went from one game, Magic the Gathering, that I played, because I stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh in like 2021. One game Magic the Gathering to now like 5 or 6 TCGs now, because I play Magic now, I play Star Wars Unlimited casually, I play One Piece, I play Digimon, and now recently I picked up Pokemon.
Oh no,
I was worried about.
I was worried.
Like, like casual. Like I have one real deck and like a second one that I've just built for fun. Truly just learning to learn, but it is fun, and like truly it did not take a lot for me to jump down Pokemon, because I fucking love Pokemon. Just like
showing us tattoos.
As was showing us. Oh, that is an awesome side there.
Yeah, Pokemon has been a staple in my whole life. Very influential.
Hard to see anyone in our general age group to be like, yeah, no, I don't know anything about Pokemon.
Exactly. So it's like I intentionally stayed away from the TCG, because I was like, I know the collecting side of this is just a rabbit hole that could go so badly for me. Financially.
They're fully aware that the collecting side is such a thing that they made a mobile app version of the collecting side of the game.
Yeah, get your eye on your phone.
It's that dopamine rush.
So starting to play it recently, I was like, I'll build one cool deck and they'll leave it at that. And it is chill right now, and I'm trying to keep a handle on it. I just can't get into the collecting side because it's just too much.
It's so and like we talked earlier about how competitive Yu-Gi-Oh just playing the game, but like just collecting the card game for Pokemon, it's another level. It's like it's actual a whole thing, real life levels of dangerous, in my opinion.
And it's such
Oh
an
yeah,
easy slippery
you
slope.
can get beat up. You get beat up at Costco for Pokemon.
Yeah.
I saw those clips at Costco.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The ones at
Kidding me?
Walmart, the lengths they do to hijack these machines is amazing.
Yeah.
Anytime there's a Pokemon collab with McDonald's or something, it's like, okay, we're not going on that side of town.
Oh no, I have war flashbacks to the Burger King promo back in the day when the Pokemon movie first came out. Total war.
Like the movie
Pokemon 3000 with the balls that open up and the gold cards,
so
gold
sick,
cards
man.
and everything.
Where are those toys now?
Oh, those that was.
They are in my attic in a special box that is specifically sealed.
I just mean like what like I feel like the quality of our like Happy Meal toys and like shit we get in like cereal boxes was just like so top tier back in the day. Now it's like you get a sticker. I don't know. Like
it has been like the quality of free toys just for existing has dropped.
Yeah, I miss those days.
I mean,
just something you get for showing up.
Yeah, I think we should, as a nation, develop more into putting more gachapon machines in America.
It was awesome because, like, you say it was just for showing up, but do you remember how hard it was trying to convince your parents to go to Burger King?
You think it was
showing up for a kid requires a lot of work.
Yeah, like
that was effort.
Like
that was a full week's worth of like poking, prodding, convincing.
Not to sound like old person yelling at a cloud, but like kids got it easy these days. They can easily just go wherever they need to go to get their free thing because they got the app for it. They can just circumvent the parents and go for it. We had to work hard. We had to struggle. Yeah. We had to convince our parents to take us somewhere.
We had to get our Happy Meals to be happy back in the day. Kids just default to happy now.
It means better not to be defaulting to happy, I suppose.
Yeah. But yeah, in terms of like what I'm like consuming, like when I do have the time, I just try to keep up with like things people are talking about, especially like because I feel like I have to try to stay on track with like Pink City and stuff, and like thinking of designs that are like current, like like it took me so long, and it took me honestly way too long to like watch Free Ran, but like that was like incredible.
So good.
And like I wish I watched it as people were watching it, but I was like too late on it. And like I try to keep up with things that are like coming out as they come out, if they are like the thing people are talking about. Like K-pop Demon Hunter just came out, and I was like, I gotta watch it. Slaps. Amazing.
So good.
So good. I don't even go to K-pop, and now I am.
Listen, if you okay, so here's the thing that I am going to offer here. If you want to know what is going to be popular, you can ask my partner. She was on the Free Run train way before the anime was even like an idea. She was on like there's so many anime out there that became super mega popular that she was like, oh yeah, this obscure manga is really, really good. I kind of want to see an anime for it. They're probably not going to do it. Boom, worldwide phenomenon. She did this
years
with
later.
Free Run. She did this with Dungeon Meshi. So I can just to help support Pink City and whatever you're going on, really get ahead of the trend. I'll see what she's got. What she's got.
That. Yeah, I find myself far too late each time, just because like by the time I have the hours to sit down and crunch through something that's popular, it's already like a week or two past. I try to keep up with dropout stuff as much as possible, but even that I'm so behind on.
I think one show that a lot of people should be talking more about is To Be Hero X. No one is talking about that show, and it is a genuinely really good superhero anime that is
To Be Hero X.
To Be Hero X. It is such a good superhero anime show that shows
I've never seen this in my life.
Exactly. No one is talking about this show. Like the show is made the way they basically looked at the show and said, "Hey, what if we can make our own Arcane, but not with everything that is used in Arcane?" They take the same animation ideas of Arcane, of 3D animation, they blend it with 2D animation and random kind of new concept of animations. It is so, and it tells a really good superhero story, comparing it to influencers. It is very good.
Another thing I gotta add to my list, my ever-growing list.
You recommended this to me several weeks ago, WallE, and I've
Yes.
only been able to watch the first episode. It's got legs. It's pretty good.
Yep, very good. It's definitely a series that kind of shocks you hard right out the gate, but it's very fun, very good series. I think like you might like it a lot.
So so you talked about K-pop Demon Hunters being amazing and really really good.
That's just the most current thing right now that everyone's talking about. I'm sure you've seen.
Yeah, as of recording right now, like it is, like it's
everyone
is
talking about
it.
Yeah.
And so
and it slaps. Yeah.
By the time this episode releases, everyone's gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna go back and watch K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah, they should.
They should. 100%. They should.
It's very good. It has no right being that good as something just being called K-pop Demon Hunters. Like the trailer seemed cool, whatever, but like the execution of such a simple concept,
yeah,
very well done.
Here's the thing that I really really enjoyed about the marketing for this movie, because they released the trailer and it was like, okay, I feel like I watched the entire movie in the trailer. It's good. It's a fun concept. I'm going to be seated and watching. But then you watch the movie and it's like, oh my God, this was just the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
There's so much more to this. I appreciated that so much.
I like when movies do that, where even if it's just a trailer or just like you said, the first 5 minutes, like I got full exploitation of what the movie is about in 5 minutes, but it didn't feel like someone was like shoving me through a bunch of writing. I saw a start, finish, and an ending mini story in that first 5 minutes. And I could have walked away. It's like, yeah, that's all you need to see. But they gave me more.
Yeah. Also, by the end of it, I was like, oh, I just watched a musical.
Yeah.
It was a K-pop musical. And it was so seamless that while I was watching it, I didn't even really realize I was watching a musical. You know what I mean? It was one of those, like, it was so seamlessly, like the music was so seamlessly integrated and in such a way that made sense for the medium and like with the story, that it just was so well done. Because you know, sometimes musicals can be like, oh, like they're really forcing a song in here, for the sake of being having a song in there, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it lends itself to the concept. Like if you haven't watched it yet, please do, and then come back and listen to the rest of this episode.
Yes.
But the whole, you know, they get, by singing, they are protecting the world.
Yeah, simple concept.
Very simple concept.
By singing, they are exerting their power, and it's just that made it feel like such a, like you said, seamless, elegant is the word I'll use, like elegant way to present a musical.
And they did something that very few animation does, is that they let the beautiful female characters, who are these glamorous, beautiful looking women, have hot takes and have these wild takes where their eyes bug out. They make really silly expressions. You never see that in modern animation, of the attractive character just doing these like weird stretchy face takes. And I loved it. It made me feel more connected to the character and didn't feel like they were like this unattainable kind of thing, like grounded them.
Yes, which I think, especially if there's a, you know, a kid watching this, like very important for young girls to know that is okay, that you can have your not beautiful moments and be a real person. I think that's super important. Like, yeah, we watch it and we're like, oh yeah, that's cool, but like I think that someone, a teenager ingesting that, whether it's intentionally or not, like is super important for just growing up.
Oh no, totally.
So
we definitely need more instances normalizing that.
Yeah,
Sony Animation just kicking.
Sony Animation is killing it.
Kicking ass.
Yeah, truly.
I feel
a lot of it actually did remind me of also Turning Red a little bit.
Oh yeah, it really feels like Turning Red walked so K-pop Demon Hunters.
yeah.
Also Toronto, right?
Yeah, Toronto. Yeah. There's literally a character in the in Turning Red. It's like a side character that you see in like 2 shots of, like, I think she's talking about someone like at the school or something, and it's literally me. It's like an emo kid with like emo hair, and it looks exactly what I looked like in high school. And I believe me and Domi Shi, is that her name, the director, are a similar age, both from Toronto. And I'm like, maybe when creating Turning Red, once upon a time, she saw me on the TTC bus once
Yeah,
and was like, "That's a character in something." Because
there's
literally, I'll send you the image. There's a kid in there that was literally me in high school. Again, with like, I've been told this a lot. Like, I have like a quote unquote like iconic look where like the pink hair
Yeah.
and
Yes,
the
pink hair,
kind
yeah.
of somewhat emo haircut. Uh, it's recognizable that people who have met me once like recognize me. I'm not doing this to like boost
No,
my
no, no.
style
No,
or
no,
whatever.
it's
But
very
like
true.
it's a thing that
No,
I've been
but it's
told. Like
doing that.
I have an aesthetic that I think people recognize and I'm easy to spot
It's
in like
very,
large crowds and stuff.
it's very unique. It's very you. It's really
Mhm.
hard to duplicate without.
Yeah, and I think I've always kind of had that even like back in high school when I was this like in a primarily white private school setting. I was one of like the few Asian kids especially, and then like the only like emo kid that dressed like that and looked like that. So like I feel like I always had that vibe of like, oh, I recognize that guy. So hey,
Yeah.
who knows? I'm not saying it's me, but in Turning Red,
But
there's a character.
There is not saying it's not you.
Okay, you're not
She's from
saying
Toronto.
you're not saying it, but I am. Domishi absolutely based that
Yes.
background character on you because there is
Yes.
no, like the way you described it, there is very little chance for it to be anyone but
Yes,
you.
back in 2000 and whatever 6, there
Oh,
was
no,
one
totally.
kid in Toronto that looked like that. It was me.
It probably was you. It probably was you. Because like I think that the amount of random goth Asian kids in Toronto is very few. You know?
Well, yeah, especially about that because I was someone who went to local shows every single week. Like Chrissy Cupcakes
Oh.
was semi-famous on MySpace. Like I like truly like this is
Oh,
this is
yeah,
not
yeah,
a
yeah.
this is not like something weird that I'm saying. Like I had a pretty big MySpace like locally.
Yeah.
I also like recorded every like local like uh hardcore show or metal show or
Yeah.
screamo show
Yeah.
at our like local venues too, and I put them up on my YouTube, and to this day people like comment being like, thank you for like nothing has been captured of my old band, like I'm so glad this exists. Like I was someone that was very like
Yeah.
active in that like emo community.
Mhm.
And like being someone who is that active every single week, I didn't see anyone who was Asian and looked like me. So it's very possible. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So Domishi, if you're listening to this, hey, give our pal Chris a thank you.
Give a shout out.
Yeah. Also, thank you for Turning Red. That was
thank you so much.
Great. That was great.
Yes.
So,
Monumental.
So the I mean, you mentioned this, and I wanted to at least touch on it. Your filmmaking background.
Yes.
The cinematography and all that stuff of what you do. I do want to just kind of elaborate on that just a little bit so that we can get just a little bit more Chris out of
so I think a lot of the creative stuff that I do, I think does come from my filmmaking roots. So my degree is in filmmaking. I went to film school. I worked at a university doing the video for all of their marketing for like 8 years. Video is kind of, I think, of all the skills that I have, video is probably at the top of the list. And I feel like I incorporate a lot of that, the cinematic nature of things and the cinematic eye that I have into, my designs, into, when I started doing TTRPG, like actual play stuff. Like, the reason we are like the world's highest production Lancer show is because I put all my filmmaking expertise into the production aspect, into the editing, into the storytelling. And I think it helps. Like, I think it informs a lot of my creative decisions and creative thinking. So it's hard not to, incorporate my film background into everything that I do.
I think that the filmmaking eye that you got going on, having that be sort of woven throughout, is building. It's building not only like your brand and your identity and all that, but building something that people can take inspiration out of and try and go off and do on their own, right? The whole thing that we wanted to do with this show R&D is to talk to talk to our friends, talk to people that are passionate about stuff, why they're passionate about them, but then also then in turn give something for other people to find joy and love out of. So I think by doing that with your film, with incorporating your filmmaking stuff, we're showing people that yeah, no, there's passion to be found in the stuff that you do, and so we can find something to enjoy, something to
also
love.
I also think it's important to note that, and I think a lot of like especially creatives that are just starting out or just finished school or whatever, I think it's important to note that like my degree was in film. I studied film, but like I'm not necessarily in the film industry making movies, right? I think it's important to emphasize that it's okay to not follow that career path that you may have had in your head or that's maybe pushed upon you by certain like I guess education paths or whatever. Because I have a film background, but I'm doing all sorts of cool things in a creative realm, but using those skills in different ways, right? Because I think there's so much pressure. I mean, maybe I say this because I come from an Asian family that, that pressure was very present. But I think it's okay to take little detours or use your skills in different ways, right?
Yeah, because who knows, you might find something that you didn't expect to be so passionate in, that you can activate more parts of yourself than just what you studied in college for. So
I think like the most cool thing that my film background has ever done for me or got for me is I don't know if you guys are, well, maybe everyone now is familiar with the character of the Sentry from Marvel, from the Thunderbolts. Back in 2012, as my third year film school project, I adapted the first issue of the miniseries,
that's awesome.
the First Century miniseries. So Paul Jenkins, the writer, I'm friends with him because he like approved it and was like, and saw that what I was doing.
I think I've seen. I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
If you look at it online on YouTube, it's got like I think like 60K views online. I think
I've
the
seen
Century film from 2012, the short film, that was me.
Wow.
And I am friends with Paul Jenkins to this day because I made that film, and he liked what we were doing back then.
Amazing.
And now he's a character in the MCU, which is crazy. And I'm happy with what they did. I was obviously concerned because I was like, MCU, what are they gonna do with this? But I think they did a really good job. Thunderbolts was great.
I agree.
100%. And that is something, if it's not a testament to like your story right there, it's just like leaning into the things you love will generate big results.
I'm like I was the kid in the class. I was like, can I adapt a comic? And I was like, everyone's like, nerd. But hey, look, it resulted in something really cool, and like that thing still exists online to this day. And I am still very proud of it. But yeah, that's kind of my filmmaking history. For those that care.
No, we all like, at least I care. And if sorry, made myself laugh. And if we're not doing this for ourselves, then what the fuck are we talking about?
As we close out this episode, can you tell us where we can find you? Tell us all that good stuff, and also give us a shout out to something you are really enjoying that you would like to plug.
Oh gosh, I mean, you can find me online, Lil_Tungsta, LIL_Tungsta everywhere. That's my personal stuff, so you can keep up with what I'm doing on those accounts. Pretty much everywhere it's Lil Tungsta. But otherwise, pinkcity.ca, that's where the streetwear event stuff can be seen. Super Journey Dudes, that's where the tabletop RPG stuff / upcoming magic show can be seen. Otherwise, I'm here and there. I'm on things. Sometimes I'm guessing on a thing here and there. So you'll maybe see me and other things. In terms of things that I am enjoying that I want people to know about, I don't know. Everything. You guys, Rad and Dope. Listen to Rad and Dope. Like, comment, subscribe. I am a big fan of everything Dropout adjacent. So anyone involved in those productions, and all the stuff that they do, all very cool. That's primarily like the channel that I think I spend the most time consuming, just because it just it just scratches that itch. Everything that I like, whether it's tabletop RPG stuff, or and now they got Parlor Room, which is like board game stuff, like if you guys watch Game Changer, like that is such a fun show.
Yes, very much
Such a fun show. It just like scratches every itch. Like anything like that I watch on that platform, I enjoy immensely. So I highly recommend, if you're not subscribed to Dropout, you should do it.
Free advertising. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris, thank you so much for being on this episode of
Thank you for having me.
It's been a blast to have you here. Thank you for so much chatting with us. Thank you for sharing us all this great stuff about you and showing off where we can find you and everything. This is WallE signing off for R&D along with Kappa. Kappa, you have any closing words you'd like to give to the coast as we leave?
You're amazing. This is exactly what I want to be doing, and I'm so happy that we're doing it.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
I hope you listener are.
You guys rock.
Well.
Thank you. Thank you so much for watching R&D. This is WallE signing off. Remember, be dope to one another, hug your pets, and catch y'all later.